Do you ever get this feeling lately that you're like, man, dude, did we have a good 1 week ago?
Yeah,
and then
sure.
every week you just have that, like, man, did we have a good 2 weeks ago? Like, I didn't anticipate going on Twitter today, seeing like Kanye West have a psychological breakdown on the campaign trail.
In South Carolina?
Here I am in South Carolina. He went bad on Harriet Tubman, said she didn't free the slaves.
Dude.
Drew a reaction.
Y'all, we leaving right now.
The man.
First and foremost, his voice is so high.
Yeah.
His voice is so high pitched. Did you ever notice this?
Oh yeah, he talked.
It was weird listening to him.
There would have been no Kanye West.
His voice is.
I'm not like a Kanye fan, so I never knew what he sounded like.
Yeah, I am. So there are a lot of rappers like that, like Big Sean. Also, a lot of rappers and Kendrick. Their voices are very different, and a lot of them have voices that are a lot higher pitched. And Jay-Z as well. If you like listen to him when he's not doing the Jay-Z voice, they sound very different. They're very unrecognizable.
Sounds like a dork.
Yeah, no.
He sounded like a dork when I was listening to him.
That's how Kanye talks.
He's a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
He sounded like the kid who read, like the kid in freshman year of high school who was like reading Russian books and he just would like all of a sudden go off on a tangent every now and then.
Guy, I'm sure that was Kanye.
I know you think the history's like, I know you guys think history's like this.
Yeah.
But it's actually like this.
He's a but actually kid.
He's like, Harry. But actually.
Yeah. He is, though. That's him. That's him for sure, man.
Here's the question. First of all, you can't even comment anymore as to like, oh, you said Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. Oh, he cried about like, aborting his kid. All I'm saying is, I don't know. I think he's got some good ideas, dude. I mean, he's a front runner in my book right now.
Dude, all right, for me, listening to that, I was like, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me.
What's that?
It reminded me of a first-time open mic comedy person.
Oh, for sure. The similarities are glaring.
It's
like you saying something controversial and then immediately like leaning into it as hard as you can, thinking that that's the escape route. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was
like that. She's like, well, Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. She just took them to work for other white people. And then the lady's like, she's like, oh no, we're leaving now. He's like, but seriously, think about it. Like
no. It was a bringer show. It was a bringer show because everyone there wanted to like what he was saying, right? They're there to see Kanye, so it's a bring. If you don't know,
he brought his friends from work.
Yeah, in comedy, when you're getting into it, a lot of times you end up doing these bringer shows, which basically the club will give you 5 minutes of time. In exchange, you have to bring 5 of your friends to come and pay the drink minimum and buy a ticket and watch you do comedy. It's a little quid pro quo. And so all these people that came, they're like, oh, this is cool. We like Kanye. We want to hear what he has to say. So he puts out this idea of Harriet Tubman being a slave trader. And it's just one of those ideas that everyone's like, I can't even hear the rest of the thought.
Yeah.
Like the original,
which is funny. Yeah.
It's so bad that I can't even. I have to boo. I love you. I came for you, and I have to boo you because you took such a giant misstep.
The lack of. Well, the funny thing is that like people are analyzing this now like he's an actual candidate, which I'm like, dude.
Oh, that's dumb.
First of all, he definitely.
No.
I know. Well,
that's foolish. Yeah.
Need something to like talk about.
Yeah.
But the reality is like, dude's trying to sell an album. I don't know if the album's probably going to be real good, but this is the press tour for the album. I saw a dude unhinged like you would like an open micer who last dish effort, like finally is like, he's like, you know what? I'm going to show my true self to all the people I work with. I'm going to open up. And then he does, and you're like, boy, you should have kept that shit closed, Mike.
Dude.
You're kind of nuts.
He was an open micer that because an open micer or a bringer show guy, new stand-up comedian, he only has to do 5 minutes, right? Kanye was like an open micer that found himself having to do an hour, So it's like an open micer who has to do an open mic, and he gets to a point where he's like, wow, I thought riffing would come easier. And then he's like, I'm gonna swing for the fences. I'm really gonna go for it. And then he just did. I mean, I loved it, dude. I love Kanye.
Respect.
I love him. And he's also a type of guy that's like, he's been able to live his whole life in a lot of aspects like a child, you know? Like, very childlike, which I think is really great for creativity. But I think in a lot of ways, he's got to be miserable, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's what's going on. I mean, he's like, as we speak, having a meltdown on Twitter.
Yeah.
So who knows? This could be so inappropriate tomorrow.
Dude, but
when he really goes off.
But that's the thing. His life is a manic episode. You know what I mean? It's not like this is new. You know, this is old. Like, part of me, and he's a dork. And the way he talks, he's very eloquent. I think he's very smart, and he has these really great ideas. But it's funny. He has to be just like constant.
I think he's a talented artist.
Yeah, but it's just constant turmoil in his head. You know, just like constant turmoil. I'm sure in his head. And I think he'd be great for the Oval Office. I think that's that level of, we need somebody who's passionate. You know, we need somebody who's willing to say the thing that no one wants to say. And that thing apparently was that a civil rights icon, you know, was actually a false prophet. I don't know what his vision is. I wanted to be like, honestly, my thought was, go on. You can't go bad on Harriet Tubman and then just not explain where you got that information from, dude. Like the Underground Railroad.
I kind of wish like the crowd. I wish he had the confidence of like a seasoned veteran comic to just not give in to the crowd.
Yeah.
And he just kept going and going and going, and you know, we could have had so much more gold. Other than that, at one point he really did like the only point that it seemed like he legitimately wasn't being serious was that like. When he was talking about, he's just like screams. He's like, I almost aborted my daughter. And then everyone's like, kind of grows silent. And he repeats it again. He's like, I almost aborted my daughter. Yeah. It's so clear as day. You can hear someone say, but you didn't.
Yeah, you didn't.
Like,
yeah.
But you did. That's the level of like everybody gets a trophy that we're at now. It's like, dude, but you didn't kill your child.
That's what he said.
You can be president. You can be president.
Dude,
you didn't kill your child.
So many mixed messages, man. Because he says, first of all, he says, my dad wanted to kill me. His dad wanted to abort him. And then he says, I wanted to kill my daughter. And then he says, I am pro-choice, like I believe abortion's legal. So he's recognizing that I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone, but he's definitely recognizing that he believes that abortion is murder, and he's also recognizing that he thinks abortion should be legal.
He's okay with it.
And I was like, guy, take a stance on one way or the other, man.
No, dude, he's a great politician.
Yeah, but you're not going to win. Say something, dude. Constantly. You're Kanye. You're allowed to, man. Go be part of the pro-life movement, dude. Do what you want. You're not going to be president. You just had a manic episode in South Carolina. Like, it's not happening. Just be yourself. Be Kanye. We like that about you, even if we don't necessarily agree with it, man.
You might be right. Like I said, it's weird for me to look at because I wasn't like a fan. I know, like, he's super talented. I know his music's good. I just never fucked with it.
Same.
So now I'm just like a dude on the outside, and I'm genuine. I just, I hope he's okay, man. I think he needs to get his head back in the game to take this. I mean, he's honestly he's a top 3 candidate for me right now.
Yeah.
There's only like 5.
Who are you taking?
I don't know if Tom Steyer's still in the race, but
who you take? Steyer's out, long out. Who you taking? You like Dave Grohl's music, but would you stand by him as who do you think's a better candidate?
Would I follow him?
No, you know what? I'm gonna say I think Dave Grohl seems like the nicest man alive. All right, let's go through this thought experiment real quick.
I would rather have Mickey Rourke as president right now.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm down.
I think that's where I'm.
But keep in mind, you're gonna have to be looking at Mickey Rourke's face a lot.
He goes, "Do you want to look like that, or do you want to look like this picture we have?" I said, I want to look like that picture. He said, we're running out of time.
That would be really hard to do.
Mm-hmm.